Today I'm going to be talking about embeddedness versus atomization. Now, these two terms have to do with economic markets and how they are affected by social interactions. Embeddedness versus atomization represent the two extremes in this debate. Mark Granovetter came up with the idea of embeddedness, and he said the argument that the behavior in institutions to be analyzed are so constrained by social relations that to construe them as independent is a grievous misunderstanding. By this, he basically means that societies have become so ingrained over time to rely on social interactions that economies formed around these interactions. But with automation and the development of technology, these same economies have become more based off rational self-interest decision making. An example of an embedded market is all the social media companies that are popular these days. Well, these companies, they're completely embedded in social interactions, and they profit and run on how people relate to each other. For example, like Facebook, the company is completely run off the idea of social interaction and how people are posting and just relating to each other on the internet. At the other end of this debate is the idea of atomization. And according to Granovetter, what is meant by atomization is that culture, when it's atomized, it is under-socialized. So it's the opposite of the embeddedness theory. So Granovetter says, under perfect competition, there's no room for bargaining, negotiation, remonstration, or mutual adjustment. And the various operators that contract together need not enter into recurrent or continuing relationships, as a result of which they would get to know each other very well. Now, this basically means that the market of perfect competition runs without any form of social interaction or relation, because the parties or the companies involved don't rely on partnerships with each other based off of mutual benefit and sacrifice. An example of a company that is based off the atomization theory is Walmart. Now, Walmart is an example of a company that runs according to perfect competition. Instead of being affected by social relations and interactions, its market is determined solely off of supply and demand. To close, I came up with a metaphor that relates embeddedness to atomization. So embeddedness is to atomization as the NFL is to the stock market. The NFL is an embedded organization that is run based off interactions between players, managers, fans, etc. And the stock market is an example of the atomization market, where it's run off of market power and self-interest.